Welcome to the Cowboy4Game Yu-Gi-Oh! Podcast. I'm your host today, Ben, and of course, today I am joined by the man to my left. He is the man who is the new star of Bragio on Fox, Brag.
Hello! The Fox deal is still worked out. They're not paying, I might go to Netflix. Netflix won't take me.
Keep an eye on Netflix.
Oh, maybe they will.
And of course, to my right, the man, the myth, the person who buys cards 2 days before a ban list, Harry.
So, dude.
Catch him on Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
He is coming to Crunchyroll soon, along with all the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime that you can possibly dream of.
If you talk to him long enough, subtitles come under him.
Yes. The subtitles aren't in English. We don't quite know whose subtitles they are, but yeah, they just appear. But yeah, let's talk about our weeks in Yu-Gi-Oh! So first off, Harry, how was your week?
Yeah, it was alright. Played Tuesday night. I was testing the virtual world with the rollback and Mayakashi. It was absolutely atrocious. I was trying the adventure engine as a part of it because it also helps get cards out of the hand, get them into rotation. The whole point being rollback, target the Mayakashi, neither player can special summon monsters except for the grave until the end of the turn. So you lock your opponent out and then just big board next turn and win. It was terrible. I went home after the second round because I just was not feeling it after that. I've since unsleeved it. The rollback is sitting somewhere on my desk. I will be listing it for sale.
it's out of here.
We're done.
Low price coming.
I'm glad someone did it though. Thank you.
I had to try. At no point did the lines I ever took result in making a Beatrice to begin with. So I just never got there.
Yeah.
Like I got interacted in some way. My hands are absolutely garbage as well. Round one, game one and game two, I opened double Chuche. It was like, no, you don't want that. And then after that, it just wasn't enjoyable. I'm like, I'll put it away. And then today I played Branded for the first time in an event. I've owned the deck before, but sold it and then got it off Chad for dirt cheap. Because like my plan was to just max rarity it. Just as something to do.
Yep.
And it turns out the deck's good.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, just...
Who would guess getting to turn skip your opponent's not that bad?
Yeah. I've gone from rollback Mayakashi, so I've gone from 2 cards to puppet.
And even if you don't get the puppet off, you just have many other win cons where you're like,
interaction.
my opponent's out of resources, and I just still have a Brand of Fusion that I haven't resolved.
Well, that's it. With Ash coming out of a lot of people's main decks, not so much at locals, but like on a grander scale, like even playing it at locals today, my Brand of Fusion just didn't get Ashed at all.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have crossouts in the main. Like they probably will go back in, but I'm struggling for space. I don't own Thrust, so I can't play the Thrust talent fusion duplication package. So I'm just like, here's the patchwork engine, here's 3 talents, and like that's it. Figure it out.
Yeah.
I went alright. Yeah. Lost round 1 to Leo because my first time playing in an event, so I've missed a couple things like the Lubellian Tribute Albion, get Branded, lost into rotation, and then the Albion Engrave to find a thing. Like I still got the Albion Engrave, but I just missed a step where I would have gotten there regardless.
Okay.
So like I would have had the same hand board, but with Branded lost set, and then a Branded in red for follow up.
Yep.
So, lost round 1. Round 1 was against Lucas playing Kashtira, and I won that because he can't Judgment Branded Fusion if Lost is in play. So that's just good. And then round 2 lost to Leo. Round 3 I lost to Labyrinth because I made the mistake of leaving the field spell in rotation. It
starts picking you apart.
He was just able to loop it with the Welcome Labyrinth. I have no familiarity with that matchup, so that's on me. That's just a knowledge check. Guardian Chimera is pretty good, but then the Labyrinth doesn't target. So it's just like once he cleared the rest of my board, he's just like, see you later. And then I lost round 4 to Andrew playing Magis because the deck just searches Secret Village.
Yeah.
And
Secret Village is you, and you're like,
And in neither of the games did I open Cartesia or Quem. It was like 3 spellcasters in the 46 card main deck. I just didn't see them. Like, sick. My opening hand was like called by Branded Opening, Branded Fusion, Aluba, and something else. It's like,
does normal summon Albaz remove the spellcasters on his field? Is there a way to remove
not all of them? No. So
Okay.
like the play there would be to normal Albaz pitch a thing, the fuse into. No, because like what you want to try and do is you can get to Titaniclad and then try and put it in the bin. So then that way Titaniclad. You want to Mirror Jade, make Mirror Jade,
Yep.
dump Titaniclad. Titaniclad in the end phase summons a Dogmatica. Quev is a Dogmatica and a Despia for reasons, and she's a spellcaster. So
Can he summon the Mirror Jade and then does Mirror Jade banish the field spell? Or is
no,
it banish a monster?
Mirror Jade monster. Yeah.
Okay. And he would typically end on 3 monsters or 2?
He ended on the link, just a rogue magi and the Ixie's pendulum thing.
Okay, so 3.
Yeah.
3 spellcasters, so you can't just go like summon the Mirror Jade, banish 1, and
Yeah.
you've still got 1
But the
more to
problem
deal with.
is he's also got the cyclone set. I think it's the cyclone. The
okay.
trap that banishes.
Yep.
So like my plan was Albaz to Mirror Jade, dump Titaniclad, get Quem into rotations, just like normal Albaz, pitch 1, gets banished. I can't resolve it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. that
Normal
makes
draw.
sense. Normal summon draw.
That's my only plan.
Yeah,
Play
yeah,
Like, I play enough spellcasters that I'm like, I'm glad to see something.
yeah. But like, despite statistically not doing well, I played the deck better than I had expected to either.
Yep.
Like, because I've just been watching video after video of just like replays and matches and just like guides and things like that, just to really get familiar with the deck before playing it.
Yep.
And yeah, like, I'm happy with how it plays. I like that it's just nothing but gas 90% of the time. And then there's just times where it's just like, no, you're just not playing. You're looking at 4 combo pieces that require you to resolve the Brain Infusion to take an action.
Yeah.
It's like, you've got like Adlib, Mercuria, and like 3 other things. And it's like, yeah, okay.
Well, no, sorry.
Oh no, I was going to say, well, that was basically my week. I'm still deciding whether it's going to be branded or runic for hire for the YCS, but I'm confident enough in my ability to play runic that I don't really need to test it until like the night before YCS, if that's my play.
Yeah. Which makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Go runic.
Oh,
Be that person.
Oh, speaking of runic, Jesse's looking at doing runic stun
Yeah.
for OTS champs and for YCS.
Just do it.
He was talking about doing that with the adventure stuff because you normal Amano Awado, and then the end phase it can't bounce because you can't activate the effect.
Oh, yeah,
Even though it's a spirit monster and it's a mandatory return,
Yeah,
it still
doesn't
can't
matter,
activate
'cause
because
it's
it's a
stuck there.
normal summon. Yeah.
yeah.
It's almost like the spirit monsters were terribly designed.
Except now they work. Bragg, how was your week in Yu-Gi-Oh? Did you have a week in Yu-Gi-Oh?
Bit of Master Jewel. Bought some stuff from Plenty of Games in Melbourne. Check it out if you're over there. I appreciate that store.
He did give a big recommendation when he came home. He's like, "You ever been to Plenty of Games?" And I was like, "No." He's like, "I recommend it."
So I've never even been to Melbourne.
They do a crazy thing where they've hired staff,
That's nice.
and so one can run a tournament, one can do general stuff, and one can do singles.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
that's impressive.
It's almost like with multiple staff, you can have plenty of games.
And plenty of ways to make money.
But no, you're paying 3 people. That's not possible.
Yeah. Look.
Minimum wage.
And then in Master Jewel, it's just same old. I was going to entertain the idea of doing Snake Eyes Gate Guardian for YCS. There was a 1% because that's what I've been running. It's crap. It bricks, and I'm like, oh, that's what I know. No, it bricks way too much for me to justify. So.
Is there a synergy? Like, I'm not familiar with the.
They appreciate being continuous spells.
Okay.
So there's a little. You can kind of go, come back and bash.
Yeah,
and also they're free pitches as well for
Yeah.
the rest of the engine. So
Okay.
for the most part, it is just the Snake Eyes going off and just doing their thing, and you just go, oh, I can get
Like
two.
Flame Burge, put this back.
They do have 2 negate. Like one of their bodies is 2 negates and floats back into another one. Like they aren't the worst cards. They just brick. I don't know how you unbrick the deck, and it sucks. And I guess that's the trade-off. Where if you have 3 negates, 2 negates, and 1 pop, that also turns into something. There has to be something. So don't play Gate Guardian because I'm not. Probably going to play a pile of fire cards at OTS, and I don't know what I'm doing for YCS. So I've got to really settle on that. I was going to do Voiceless Voice. I'm going to buy the deck because that's what I do. But I'm just not feeling confident on it.
Okay.
And I will get to why I'm not feeling confident on it.
We will get at that very shortly.
There we go.
But for me this week, Tuesday night was fine. I went X1. It was a pretty forgettable night. I don't in particularly remember my matchups and how I won and who I lost to. I know I lost to Jake because, yeah, I just kind of just forgot how to play against Branded. Yeah, exactly.
Never heard of him.
Don't know how to play against Branded. I just forgot like all of their grave interactions. I was like, yeah, I can deal with the field, and forgot about the grave, and I was like,
yeah, well, he's like, oh, that's right. They also play from the grave.
yeah, I had like 4 ways to game and chose none of them. So I was like, yeah, cool, awesome, good work by me. Today I won locals though. The longest game I played was 25 minutes. There was a little time where I was just like, I'm done. We're waiting for the next one.
I like. He's like, oh, one quickly. Now it's like 2 people are coming next week with Runic.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, rather interestingly, I was like, I'm pretty happy with my list. I upped it to 43 cards, and today, to be fair, the 3 cards that I put it up to 43 didn't come up at all. Oh, come up once, and it was game. It was talents. I put talents in my main deck.
Yeah.
I put 2 copies of talents and 1 for 1. At no point did I brick on Fire King stuff. Very happy with that. And yeah, like at first I was like, oh, we'll cover it in a second, but Jesse Cotton's playing above 40 in his list.
Okay.
And then when I went through the rest of the lists, they were all just playing above 40. And I was like, it makes sense. You're playing some bricks. Why would you not play above 40 cards?
So we're back to
like 12 starters. Like
Yeah, exactly.
3 Wanted,
Orcus
3
Theory.
Dear Star, 3 Ash, 3 Bonfire.
I have cut... Dear Star is just at 1.
Oh, it's just one of okay.
Yeah. But there's... The 1 for 1's there with the hand traps.
Yeah.
It does all of its things. Yeah, happy with the list. I can't wait till next weekend where I bomb out of the OTS champs again. But it doesn't matter that much because we're getting to the news section where they have announced Oceanic Championships for the Australasian region. Is that
Oceania.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Oceania Championships for the Oceania.
Do they even run anything in Fiji?
Don't think so.
OTS tournaments in Fiji. Hit us up.
If you play in Fiji, Bragg will go.
No. It's, every time I go to think I can go to Fiji, I'm like, oh, I can also go to Japan. I'm just going to go there.
Exactly. Which brings us to my dilemma. Do I just spend the money to go to Japan instead of paying to go to New Zealand for Oceanics? Because that's where it is.
Yeah.
I just don't have the motivation to spend all that money.
Yeah, I... Like, as much as I want to go, like, Oceanics was in New Zealand 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I get the whole switching one to the other, one to the other, one to the other, but, like, there's a dramatically less, like, smaller play base.
You're asking so
New
much
Zealand.
more of the player base to travel overseas and
Yeah.
find accommodation.
Yeah. Like, we did that 2 years ago for fun. I don't really want to do it 2 years again. Like, again.
Well, if you were doing it if it was every second year in Auckland, it's like I can't be going there every.
I liked it
second.
every 3 years.
Not happen.
Every 3 years is good. Wait, where was it last year? Brisbane?
Brisbane. Yeah. That shithole.
Yeah.
right.
So this one I was like, oh, cool. No Brisbane, and they won't do New Zealand. This might be somewhere that's easier or
I
better.
thought for sure they'd be doing Melbourne, but no.
You hate
Instead,
Melbourne?
I'd rather go to Melbourne than Brisbane and Auckland. On my list of 4 places where they host Oceanics, it is second place on my list.
Give Wollongong a run. Come on.
Yeah, give us Oceanics. There's venues here.
The one staff member from Good Games can run it.
Oh, we're not going through. It's like this has to be run like by themselves. Oh, do they? So when they do the New Zealand ones, are they running through a store there?
I don't believe so.
I would imagine they have their own venue.
Yeah, it's run at the race course.
Yeah, yeah.
Although they
so-
haven't
but it's
confirmed
more of
the
if-
venue yet. They've just confirmed the location.
Oh.
Because I was going to book the hotel across the road from the venue on like a... You can cancel it right before, it doesn't matter. And then I realised they hadn't announced the venue, and then it sold out, so I was like, it's okay. But then I realised I don't have my invite yet anyway, so like...
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I don't give a shit about going to the regionals, because I don't really want to try to go to New Zealand. If I get my invite next week at OCS Champs, cool. Other than that, I'd rather just put my effort into YCS and not really worry about going to New Zealand.
Yeah.
Who knows? I could change my tune in 3 months, but hey, other
'Cause-
things in life are more important.
Is it Lightsworn format?
It'll be Lightsworn format. Lightsworn and Infernoid, as we have recently found out from our next round of news. They have confirmed a release date for our next Battles of Legend pack. Battles of Legend Terminal Revenge, which is the Terminal World Battles of Legend. Instead of just getting the Terminal World pack, we're getting Battles of Legend Terminal World. And that includes all the things that we saw earlier in the Terminal World pack at the start of January, or end of January that set came out.
Yeah.
Because we weirdly got that all announced like well in advance. Infernoid is, of course, the best deck to come out of that. There is some murmurings of Kurt whispering in the corner about playing Ice Barriers.
Yeah, because the Ice Barrier level 2 and I think it's a continuous spell just goes into Sprite or something.
Yeah. It's just another little level 2 engine you
Yeah.
can play. Although maybe it might end on a thing that stops you from being targeted or something because it's Ice Barriers and half of them do that.
Look,
Half the
Sprite's going to
decks like
Sprite, and Sprite will sometimes top 32 YCSs, but I don't want to think about Sprite outside of that.
Yeah, we'll see what happens at this YCS. But yeah, odds on, if we see a hit come to Snake Eyes, we'll probably start to see that deck transition into Infernoid, or it'll just remain pure, or it'll remain Fire King. We'll probably see a Fire King hit though next. Hit the starter deck and then have people play the pure. But we'll cover that in a few weeks when we get to our ban list predictions. Then
that's coming up.
next bit of news, we had the UDS Championships last weekend.
With the bling bling.
Yeah, with the Jesse Cotton walking away with the ring.
Yes.
Yeah, the very nice looking ring.
The Super Bowl looking thing.
Yeah, he got his own Super Bowl ring. He doesn't get his own Taylor though.
No.
No. References. Yes. So of course he was playing.
How many times was Taylor shown on the UDS coverage?
Oh, maybe 5
Just cutting to Cotton's girlfriend,
5
just
or
some
6.
random person sitting there is like, can we go home?
I don't want to be here.
Yeah, can you stop winning? I
Time.
want to go home.
So yeah, he of course came in first place with Fire King. I wouldn't say Fire King Rescue Ace. No, with Fire King Snake Eyes.
Yep.
Beat Pure in the final.
Yep.
The event was relatively dominated by Snake Eyes, but like we were.
Top 3 was Snake Eye
Yeah.
builds and one other. What was the other?
Branded.
It's branded.
Is
Yeah.
that the list you're playing? Are you playing Torres' list?
Not card for card. I'm playing the Patchwork engine because that's what I saw from his list.
Yep.
But I don't have the thrusts for the fusion duplication. But I'm thinking because there's been talk about Droll not being that impactful now with like, how Snake Eye plays. I'm like, with people dropping it from the main and or side, do I just go for the triple McCourier, triple Allure package with the branded sword and get
greedy.
get the draw 3 and just put them on Gotta Have It?
I'm sorry, you cut draw? Okay, off I go.
Yeah, well, that's it. It's to consider anyway, but then it's like, I just get mad punished if they do have it.
How do you play around Andrew? Can't
Yeah.
cut Droll.
Yeah.
You can play through Droll, but you can also, like, Snake Eyes can play through every hand trap in the format.
Yeah.
Everyone.
It punishes them a little bit.
Yeah, it's
but,
like, it's just, you've got to just chip away at the moments. And obviously it's not going to be great, but every other hand trap could not be good in a certain situation. So it just kind of, it seems weird to cut a card for situational badness when it's just fine. And also completely destroys heaps of other decks.
Leo won a game round 1 today where it was opening hand. It was Ash Imperm. It was like Ash Imperm Veiler, or maybe the Imperm was a Ghost Mourner, but yeah, he's got 3 hand traps, enemy controller talents. That was his opening hand in that game, and he still won it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean,
You make it work.
You stop your opponent from playing through 4 interactions.
and then steal whatever they have.
Oh, you
You're
just
like, I only have one card left, and now it's mine.
top deck Snake Eye Ash is just like,
It works.
That's all it takes.
yeah,
Or in the mirror, you just you normal summon a hand trap. And
yeah,
you just
yeah,
Econ take it.
yeah, yeah.
Off I go. So yeah, we're very clearly in the realm of fire. All the best players are playing it. There was like a weird contingent of Kashtira that kind of floated through.
Well, well, Fenrir is still a 3, right? I'm not going crazy.
Yeah.
Still 3.
Because it is a good card. Like, you look at that and go, if this was an XE, people would be tempted to make this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But
this is rank 7.
it's just a straight up monster that you can just summon.
and then replace itself.
Like, I keep going, nah, there's no way this should still be a 3. Like,
probably should. Again,
And-
like a topic for a future banlist discussion, where we forget to do the scores afterwards.
but we forget about it because Fire can just sneak through. Like, the rest of Cash kind of sucks. Fenrir, though. Fenrir good. Birth. Yeah. Birth's good against Brandon.
Yeah, because you just banish the shit face down that they send off Rain Fusion.
Maybe that's what it was doing. Brandon was just killing everything else. Not
Maybe.
Brandon. Cashier was killing everything else.
Maybe. But that then brings us to our next major event. At the moment, we have UDS going on. Oh, not UDS.
The
YCS. Team YCS Vegas.
Team YCS Vegas, yeah.
Team YCSs.
So at the end of day 1, I have the deck breakdown for what is still left going into day 2. Surprise, surprise, it is like 75% Snake Eyes.
Yep.
I haven't run the numbers, but
Run the numbers.
very heavy on the Snake Eyes. We did see a fairly good contingent of Voiceless Voice being put on the stream.
Yep.
Because Konami's trying to very clearly push Voiceless Voice as a deck that you can purchase in the latest pack. Unfortunately, it is not very good.
It's fine. It's fine against heaps of decks. It just sucks against Snake Eyes.
Yeah. it seemed as though they were like, if we keep putting it on stream, it'll beat one of these rogue decks that we've played against it.
I mean, it doesn't. It's Snake Eyes is definitely better, and but Voiceless Voice can win, and someone can really you can pilot it out, but also the ceiling's so low.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, and here's the people like the Dynamondo play. I don't think is the play. I think that's what's catching a lot of people off because it opens you up.
So that plays into a lot of hand traps, doesn't it?
It plays in a lot of hand traps, but also it just renews your resources and gets you stuff. It's a good card. I appreciate the flexibility, but I think a lot of people just auto Dynamondo without going, I probably should just pass here.
Yeah.
But we'll see. What do I know?
Does not having the protection just infinitely better? The low and the ritual.
Yeah.
Sure. But for the deck breakdown, we have a staggering 49 Fire King Snake Eyes.
Mm-hmm.
We have 29 pure Snake Eyes. Then no other deck is above 10 in the representation count. It is 8 Voiceless Voice. That is 4 Flunderies, 2 Kashtira, or 3 Kashtira, 2 Despia Branded, 1 Marincess, 1 Snake Eyes Kashtira, 1 Raid Raptor Kashtira, 1 Pure Raid Raptor, 1 Manadium, 1 Labyrinth, 1 Vanquished Soul, 1 Rescue Ace Snake Eye, and 1 Rescue Ace Sinful Spoils. Someone mustn't just be playing the
just that
Flame Burst package and everything.
Yeah.
Just playing the get you to standard Rescue Ace.
Yeah,
combo.
yeah.
I would say that's pure Rescue Ace. Probably.
Yeah, because like there's heaps of stuff in Rescue Ace where it's like you didn't call it. Well, you don't call it a. What was the other text in Rescue Ace last before this? No, you just run pure. You were just pure the whole time. He's pure firefight.
I didn't play any of the Synchro package or anything.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we did call it Sync. Yeah.
Yeah. Synchro
That's
Rescue Ace. Coming to a
almost.
someone
I mean, Team YCS is really hard to assess. I would like to see another YCS before going.
Is this Marincess player getting carried? The Raid Raptor player, maybe not, because we did see it top a regional recently, so who knows? That's maybe carrying his own teammates.
Goddamn Raid Raptors.
Very surprising to see it this dominant. Like, it's a good deck, Snake Eyes.
Yeah.
But, like, the next best deck is 8. And it's Voiceless Voice. Like,
Which is good.
on
but-
the pie chart, it is... Yeah.
It's just, I mean, it's what happens when we have 2 sets of engages for a deck. Like,
Yeah.
it's just mega, like, this is what happens when a deck just gets a million support.
You didn't even need the 3 spells engraved to get the bonus draw. You just have to wait an action.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, that. What happened today? Like, at one point today, I was doing full combo and then went, banish, draw. It's bonfire. Cool. Awesome. Let's go.
Yeah.
Because at this point, I'd started my combo with normal summon Poplar. So then I had recycled everything. I was like, bonfire, add the Poplar, summon the Poplar. Gives me an extra body. Let's go.
Yeah, yeah.
I love doing Poplar that way, which comes up in Fire Pile or Hellfire Pile.
Surprisingly good card. But yeah, that's what things look like. It'd be interesting to see how this shapes out. Probably see it shaping out as heavy on the Snake Eyes. Rather interestingly, the top, the third most represented deck, fourth most represented deck, and fifth most represented deck are all shifter decks.
Yeah.
So how far is
Oh,
Shifter
yeah, Flunder's
carrying
alright. Have I said
Cash
this on the
Flow
pod?
and Voiceless?
Did I rep Flunder a couple weeks ago?
It's not that bad, not
But
too bad this one.
even
You're not tempted to go
even
Birdbrain?
Vanquish Soul getting through as well. That
Yeah.
like I think they're just on Shifter now
Another
because it's what it
Shifter there.
takes for them to compete.
Can Lab play Shifter?
I don't think so with like the rollbacks and whatnot.
No, that's valid. Yeah.
Can't believe he's turned his back on Birdbrain.
Better deck.
Oh, yeah. But,
No Summon Barrier statue. No for me.
true.
I don't have an auto win card. I can just go. I'm out. Done.
Yeah, I guess Shifter isn't that auto win.
It's not it.
It's a little auto win. Not
Pretty auto win.
not barrier auto win.
Not when you pass and your opponent doesn't have anything and they
true.
pass back to you.
Yeah.
I did see that happen today with I think it was a voiceless voice player. He got shifted. He used the shifter and then just passed, and his opponent passed back to him, and he went, "I passed back to you," and just lost. Rather interestingly, at the Team YCS, we have new merch. I don't know if you can see this very well on camera, but there is a Yu-Gi-Oh! Tumbler with a speaker in the bottom of it.
Tumblr.
Probably is custom ordered from AliExpress. They've just gotten the Yu-Gi-Oh! Logo and slapped it on.
Got the laser burner in thingy where you can just go.
Yeah, they've just gone. Off we go. I want this. If you want to Jerome, if you want to send this to me, that would be appreciated. I noticed you weren't on commentary this weekend. I hope you're okay.
What? I heard him.
I saw him in like pre-recorded things, but I didn't see him commentating a game.
I swear I heard him with Billy, and Billy was being great as he always is, and then he said something like, "Shut up, Jerome." But
It's
it could
okay,
be someone who sounds like him.
Jerome, I hope you're doing okay.
On that note, I appreciate how mad Billy gets at people who slow play. He
It's great.
he started off a while ago just mentioning it, but now he just has no chill, and he just starts berating him, going, "No, if you're here, like you should be better than this."
The semi-final of the UDS, he was going mad. He was going
Yeah.
mad. He was like, he needs to hurry up. Like he's got it figured out. He needs to hurry up. And then he gets DQ'd for slow play. It's like, go work.
That match was so egregious. Like,
It was bad. Like, at one point he made a joke. It was like 45 minutes in. He's like, we are 45 minutes into the game and we've played 6 turns.
Oh my god.
I was like, that's a good way to be passive-aggressive, Billy. I appreciate that.
Love it. I love to see it.
In terms of giant cards available to you in Las
my
Vegas,
God.
we have Ubel, Defender of Forever.
Yeah.
The Loving Defender of Forever.
Yeah.
We have Promethean Princess.
Oh.
I heard a rumor that we're getting
No,
this
it's,
for ours.
it's on our page now.
We are also getting this card. Means
on
there's
the-
2 in circulation.
on the Friday.
Which means I'll pay you $10 for it.
On the Friday.
Then we have
The Monarchs.
the Monarch Trio.
Are they giant or are they oversized?
They look oversized.
Alright, cool. If the next one was giant, I'm gonna cry. But if it's
They are-
oversized, I'll
They
cry.
are listed as giants. So that's probably the reward for the Time Wizard event, is the 3 Monarchs.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense. Yep.
Then for the Speed Dual Giant card, we have a Gearfried, the Iron Knight, and Thousand Eyes Restrict. I saw the guy that won Thousand
Wait.
Eyes Restrict. Looked like a top fella. You can also have... They're doing public ticket exchange. So there's a bunch of giant cards available for public exchange. A bunch of giant cards and oversized cards. For giant cards, they've got BLS, Ecclesia, Enchantress, and the Punk Synchro.
Oh, yeah.
For the oversized cards, they've got... Oh, those Monarchs are definitely just oversized cards, they're not
Yeah.
giant cards. In this picture, they definitely look...
Is it Punk Jam Dragon Drive or is it
It is Dragon Drive. Yeah. So it's chilling over here.
No, that's Ukui, that's the other one. That's,
Is it?
That's the 11, not
Okay.
the 8. Yeah.
Okay.
Ah, sick.
Then for the oversized, they've got Pot of Greed. They've got Stardust Dragon, the Alt Art. Gross. Gizno, the Machine. The Machine Menace, not regular Gizno. And then Gizmek? Fucking the Fire Gizmek?
Oh.
Like,
Well, it is the year of
random
fire.
choice. But it's also like the iGas version.
Yeah.
Did they just have this sitting in a warehouse? And just like, get it out there. Yeah, some interesting ones here. The Ecclesia is the Burst of Destiny version as well.
Huh.
Then you've got the BLS was Toon Chaos. There's also Demok in Dusa.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
But it's Dusa already, so we don't like that.
In the bin.
Also, like normal, they have like the sheets of Starlights and stuff. They've done it. Oh, they have the stamps on them, so you can cut them out at home and play them if you want to. But yeah, a bunch of playmats. They did announce as well that we have the Pot of Greed playmat now for Wintermats. I might try and pick that up at YCS if we have it. I might grind some winter mats. If I
Yeah.
see someone maybe wins one and sells one for 50, 60 bucks, I'll be like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, give it
If
a
it's
shot.
in Logan's Judge pack, I will just take it off him. The usual things.
Robbed.
That is that.
Pay
Going
back.
now to,
Yeah.
I guess, more card-based news. We've already covered our Terminal World news because Brad gave me an excellent segue. We have confirmed effects for the new Ubel card. So new Ubel and Summon Skull. It's just a Sarcophagus of Light target again. The Summon
of
Skull.
course. Yeah.
Type 1 monster your opponent controls, take control of it until the end phase. If you do not control Gold Sarcophagus of Light, that monster cannot attack. Other monsters you control gain 500 attack. So take something, makes it 500 bigger. If you've got the Gold Sarcophagus, off you go. You don't have to pay its tribute summon cost if you have the Gold Sarcophagus of Light as well. You just go slap it on the board, off we go. And then we have the fusion for Ubel, Phantom of Ubel. Ubel monster and a fiend with 0 attack. Must be special summoned from your extra deck by shuffling the cards from your hand, field, or graveyard into the deck or extra deck. Rather interestingly, it does mention like hand to deck. So you can just go, here is my Ubel and other card. I'm putting them back now. Here is the fusion on the board. It's cute. I guess Ubel's a brick, so like away it goes. It's also one Ubel monster, not just Ubel.
Yeah, right.
Cannot be destroyed by battle. You also take no battle damage from battles involving this card. Then, if your opponent activates a monster effect, tribute this card, and the effect becomes destroy one Ubel monster. Your opponent destroys one Ubel monster in their hand, deck, or field. So you put 2 cards from your hand back into the deck, summon to your board. Your opponent does something. You go, I am destroying from deck now. Off we go. So it's cute, cute card. Considering it's free to summon in the deck, like why not play it? Then we have our next V-Jump promo was announced. It is going to be an Ancient Gear Dragon. So we will see how this goes. The card will be revealed proper March 7th. So we will talk about it in our YCS recap. Interesting that we're going to get more Ancient Gear cards. Hopefully it's good.
My Ancient Gear.
As much as I don't like Ancient Gear has a lot of people that like that deck.
I've always been a fan of the art, but the playstyle has just like never really existed beyond. I'm going to attack and you can't activate your back row.
Piercing.
Yeah.
Also, you can just search box, and box gets you other things. It's the most useful thing it's ever done.
I was about to say, like, as a Earth Machine player, Ballista into box into Tunneler, and then I'm going to just pot of Avarice.
Right. You're seeming like you're down to something?
So, no, I was checking on the Promethean Princess stuff from before. Because I was just checking what the other giant cards were. It has giant card, speed jewel card, Promethean Princess, Bestower of Flames.
We're getting speed duels, Promethean
But
Princess, reprint confirmed.
It even has the set code of it, though. It has the Phantom Nightmare set code.
Phantom Nightmare going to speed duel confirmed.
Weirdly
Right here,
typoed.
right down the
Yeah,
podcast.
we also get giant Ubel, Loving Defender, and giant Black Rose.
So we're just getting the same two.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine.
Is what it is.
They're neat cards to get, so sure. Then we had the final reprints or the card lists confirmed for the Unity and
Unity and Fight.
Unity and something?
Soul?
Something. I've clicked Unity twice, so hey, here we are.
Unity and...
Oh, no, it's Unity and the Unity remaining reprints. So they've announced like the whole set.
Oh, okay.
Non-surprisingly, Unity has like all the Dark Magician cards, a whole bunch of Elemental Hero cards, a bunch of Destiny Hero cards, the Vision Heroes, pretty much everything a protagonist or someone associated to them has played, like Utopia's Double or Nothing reprint. I actually think we need that. Don't think it has a reprint yet.
Didn't it?
Or Utopia Double.
Oh.
Ha-
Yeah.
Don't know if that's had a reprint yet for us. So
Yeah,
if we
yeah.
get this pack, there's your reprint. A bunch of Auto-Eyes cards, of course. Rather interesting as well, we're also getting... It keeps going, so we go into, like, your...
Is the Pendulum Graph in there?
Signet stuff.
Ew.
Pendulum Graph Dragon
Yeah.
is not from what I can see. Time Pendulum Graph's here.
Yeah.
Auto-Eyes Arc Pendulum Dragon is here.
I saw that the other day.
Ancient Gears, U-Bell stuff.
Golem.
Burning Abyss getting a reprint.
In Unity?
Yep.
Why?
Get your Burning Abyss cards. I don't know. Nelfies are here. As
sure.
well as...
Oh my god, this is just... What set are they going to cram this into?
It's strange. But
Oh, will this be? Well, this is going to be the anniversary collection too, is it?
Rarity collection anniversary.
Yeah, rarity collection too.
No, it's a 200 card set.
Yeah, no way.
No. Rather interestingly, we've got like the meta relevant cards at the bottom. So they're reprinting IP Masquerena, Goddess, Beyond the Pendulum, Regeki Darkhold, Poly.
Oh, is that all the alt arts?
Probably.
Yeah, because that Regeki alt art with the Slifer. It is Slifer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Osiris. Wherever you are.
Yes. And then some sneaky reprints that they had missed that they have already been added to the last page that I just read. So don't need to worry about that. It was just Electromite and the meta relevant cards at the bottom.
Yeah, right.
Were the last of the sneaky cards getting snuck into the set. So soon I'm sure they'll announce the other one. So Unity and whichever the other set is. I don't know what they're going to put in all that, considering there was antagonist cards in this set as well.
But it was, I mean, the Blue Eyes wasn't in there, so they'll find
Blue
that.
Eyes wasn't.
So, I mean, Blue Eyes, then Ajamas, VWXYZs.
Predator Plan?
Yeah, that
Cyber Dragon?
that fusion bastard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, God.
There'll be stuff to print in there. But that does bring us to the question part of the podcast. So, Bragg is about to ask about Roger Slifer.
Yeah, I was like, didn't he die? Sorry to the family of Roger Slifer. Fuck, it's been a while though.
Yeah. I don't know who Roger Slifer is.
The namesake of Slifer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Slifer, the executive producer.
Oh.
The famous gag.
But that does bring us to our questions. Of course, down in the description below, there is a link to our Discord. You can head over there, have a lovely chat to the people there, as well as leave us a question. Jake has sent us a bunch of questions that are the ones he rejected to read last week. I am not a person like Jake. I will read your questions.
See, are you going to clean up his mess or just leave it another week?
I could just leave these another week and be like, these are your questions to ask. But first question we have here from Jesse. Konami has reprinted Altergeist, the best TOS format deck, into the ground recently with both high rarity CR Faker and gold rare main deck. Much of the confusion of Altergeist enjoyers, what deck would you actually... much to the confusion of Altergeist enjoyers. What deck would you actually like to see get this treatment? Not just reprints, but so much... eventually everyone owns all the cards. I think I skipped a word there at the end. But hey, here we go.
What deck?
What deck do you want to see reprinted into the fucking ground?
I mean, I'm always cautious to do it because then I lose track of those cards. If a deck is printed to shit, then I'm naturally going to... It's harder to find for me for some stupid reason.
You stop caring about it and it goes in a bulk.
Yeah, and then it's
Doesn't
gone
get
forever.
set aside.
Like,
All the time.
so like with Sword Soul, like, I should have at least 2 Sword Soul decks.
Right.
Where they are now, no idea.
They're on Master when you enter your code.
Still disenchanting some of those for just going, oh, what should I get rid of next? Who's cut? Could play Sword Soul, YCS. Someone is, isn't it?
It's an option. You can play shift.
No, Jake's playing on Master Duel.
None made it to day 2 of UD. I keep on saying UDS because it's in Vegas. I just think it's a UDS.
Yeah.
YCS. Harry?
Reprinted into the dirt. Maybe Burning Abyss, just because I haven't owned the cards since Block Dragon BA. But people I've seen are experimenting with transaction rollback because you mill it.
You do you.
Yeah.
Shenanigans. Makes sense.
Just
Maybe.
the first thing that comes to mind. But yeah, aside from that, maybe the marketer stuff just as well because I've got to find that again if I want to rebuild Earth Machine.
I've got
Sure.
one just sitting there.
Yeah.
Never wanted to play it outside of the Mimi fucking mill deck that I played, the FTK.
Yeah.
But it's still there.
You can play with gadgets.
Oh, I have an answer that I think would be the most appropriate. I'd love to see all the Skull Servant white stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just give us a side set where it's all there in foil.
One of my favorite decks to play, just as a gimmick, was like the Danger Skull Servants.
Yep.
Because there were a couple that if they just hit the graveyard by any means, they'd just start binning them. And it's like draw a card, bin one. Now you've got a body to link with, and you just do it like so.
I'm always so surprised at how expensive that deck is, considering it's close to all commons.
Yeah. Because
Back in the day, they were just short prints.
there's like Lady in White and White Man with short prints in their respective sets, I believe.
White Prince was annoying as well. I remember I had a couple of those I sold for good money. Yes, I sold cards, Jake. Dangers you could print into the ground.
Yeah. Yeah.
Print them so I just know where to find them.
They have been putting them in every structure deck lately. So
Yeah.
But I want them all in the same.
danger structure.
Danger structure is just play sets of each danger. Just let me buy one structure for $20 and be done.
Yeah, like...
What are you gonna do? FTK a child?
Yeah.
Obviously, any decks from this year would be appreciated. Your Pearlies, Rescue Ace, whatever.
We're getting Pearly printed in the ground.
Yeah. Well,
It's in Rarity Collection.
Oh, is it? Yeah, okay.
well, is it all going to be in Rarity Collection, though? Also, I mean, they're not even that expensive, right?
No.
My friend's like $5 or something.
They're all worthless.
Literally today on the sales and trade Facebook, I saw an Ulti Pearl Lily going for 15. Like,
I'd almost get that just so it looks nice.
Yeah.
That poor cat needs a home.
they've just everything's just tanked. Like, it's like people have looked at the Sleeping Memory to 2 and gone unplayable.
Yeah. Not only is the deck like significantly worse now, it is just hard counted by that one guy at the corner at locals playing Goblin.
Yeah.
You pair him, you lose.
Oh yeah.
The game's over.
Detach the materials.
No matter
from
how
it.
well you open, you lose.
Yeah.
The cat got to stay away from the goblin mode.
Yeah. For me, it's Dark Magician. I think they should just print every single Dark Magician card into the ground at every chance they get.
But I'm just sick of seeing Dark Magicians every time there's a new product.
That's fine.
Itself,
Print it into
though.
the ground.
But I need the rest. I need the illusions, the souls. I need all of them coming out, which they have printed them.
Yeah.
But I want them again in a product that I'll buy.
Yeah. Don't put them in a Mega Tin. Put them in something that's a structure deck that has Dark Magician's face on the front of it, like you did in Asian English, that we just don't have.
We have to have a mega tin chat eventually. These tins like are borderline like poo now.
No, like
Like they
it's,
are bottom of the
this
barrel.
Mega Tin's actually aged pretty well.
No, but
Like it's you find like deceptively expensive things in there.
but it could have more packs. It could be
Good.
cheaper.
Well,
Instead,
we
they'll
were both
put, like,
It
around.
could just be good.
We were both around when the Megatins first started as a concept. Like
And, oh
the
yeah,
actual Megatins in 2014 with Legacy of the Valiant.
I was gonna say we talked
In those-
about the tins from
in
like
those
2005.
No.
oh yeah. Look, what
was
we
the
got
worst
now
we had.
is better than back then, where it's just here's some single boosters and one promo.
Yeah.
I just was buying those tins for the promo. I just wanted the Gizno. I was like, yes, buy.
They were
Mom,
$30.
can I have money for this? Go.
They were $30, weren't they?
I think so. I had no
The
concept. of money
Giznos,
back
the
then.
Giznos were sold. I had to have XYZ Dragon Cannon, which I tried to play. And I'm like, oh, this is kind of okay. And then I got absolutely dumpstered by zombies. That's the way it goes. Zombies, print them into the ground.
I'd love to see like a playable zombie archetype. 'Cause,
Properly.
like,
That's not Shiranui.
not Shiranui, not Mayakashi.
Those are
Or Vendread.
That's
you
what-
you
that's
had
what
your
I'm
chance with Vendread. Do that better.
Just let me put Zombie Master into a deck. That's all I ask.
They should have made Vendread so like whatever if you tributed a zombie from hand for the ritual summon, the monster comes back.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like,
Like give them
just
something cute like that.
anything. Literally anything as rituals.
Make them zombies.
Even like these even for like rituals are so bad that we have voiceless voice still sucks even though they don't even need the ritual spell.
Yeah.
They can just summon themselves and they still suck. Just make them broken. Maybe not Necrol's broken.
What about Drytron?
I didn't even know they were rituals.
They are. They do one.
They have,
Oh.
they have 2 rituals.
I don't know.
They summon one of them sometimes.
It's a Cyber Angel deck.
Yeah, I see
Yeah.
the Time Rangers that go, oh yeah, they're playing Drytron. Am I going to read them? No.
Yeah, still I
Still couldn't tell you.
same.
How much... Alright. The big attack... Like, so the main one they summon,
Yep.
it has 3,700 attack?
4K.
Close.
Cyber Angel or sorry, Drytron.
Drytron.
4K.
4K because the ritual summons are based on the attack value of the monster attributed.
And
The
then
more you
Or
know.
the Drytrons are 2,000 attack.
We'll now find out the level next week.
if you nib them, the ritual spell doesn't resolve.
Oh, yeah, I mean...
You also can't ritual summon Relinquish because it has 0 attack, and you can't overpay the cost.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I don't read them. Oh, can't someone relinquish with this? Get out of here. Yeah, give us relinquish proper archetypes. Not that. Those the relinquish fusions is way too much for how shit it is too. Well, it's not actually not that bad.
I just want to pre-prep for Relinquished and have it feel good.
Yeah. Like-
Sorry. Next question.
Yeah.
Next question from Rye Guy. What do you think are some of the most forgotten card effects on popular cards? I'm thinking it's like Zeus that you can attach from deck, or how Coldblight negates for the next turn. There's a little bit written at the bottom here that Jake's also screenshotted, but I think it's irrelevant. I read some common staples. Oh no, I read some common staples today and totally forgot about some extra text on them. Yeah, what is a card that constantly comes up in your games that does a second thing that you just don't acknowledge?
Zeus attaches?
Yeah, Zeus
I remember that from Earth Machine. That was relevant to my interests, so I remember that. Off the top of my head, I can't think of one, but
Because like I don't even read I don't even read the cards. It's just the card does all of that, and usually, there's not that many superfluous effects. That's a good question.
one I'd have to constantly remind myself of is that if SP banishes, they can't attack directly that turn,
Yeah,
which is very important.
very.
Because I've seen people like going for SP, effect to banish on summon, and then going to the battle phase trying to end the game. It's like,
Or it's a case of my opponent does that and I just scoop because I
Yeah.
think they're going to attack me for game,
yeah,
but they can't. Also the same as like runics. Often I'll scoop when my opponent starts to get the slightest bit of runic advantage, and I'm like, oh wait, you can't attack me.
yeah. But not even kind of attack. You can't go to the battle phase. It's like
I thought you were starting to get your time back.
I learned the hard way. It's like, because I did it against you. If I runic tip in the draw phase to avoid draw, I will not get to evenly you on that same turn.
Yes.
And it's just like, yeah. Not necessarily an effect that's forgotten, but the way it functions as well is because you skip your battle phase, you've never entered it, you don't get a main phase 2, you proceed straight to end phase.
Yep. Once you're done, you're done. Also, you can't even play runic Valkyries and go goddess into the next battle phase.
Completely unplayable.
Yep. I think for me, it's the fact that new chick Dark Witch,
Yeah.
Diablo Star, sends from face up field.
Yeah.
Every time I do that, my opponent's like, that sends from face up field. I'm like, yes. I didn't need a card.
Because for the brief period when I was playing Fire King with Tenki, it was like Diablo Star plus Tenki was insane. It was like just search Avada, normal it, send the Tenki, summon Diablo Star.
Yep.
And then like the whole combo is insulated.
It's a free card.
Yeah.
Literally free. Right?
I'm actually annoyed that I haven't thought of anything. It's actually a really good topic.
The Prosperity half damage.
Well, I only owned Prosper like 6 months ago.
Yeah, well there you go.
And by then, I knew. That's good. I'm going to get back to that. Duality we used to forget every now and then. Which actually, this kind of comes up with the next question. If that is the true next question.
From 656.
Yeah, which is weird. Do the 656 question.
When making a sandwich / toast, what do you do with this? Oh, we asked this question.
Yeah.
We did that one, yeah.
And we called you a coward. Man doesn't have raw Vegemite off the knife. You got to do it across the tongue.
If it's got the butter there, it's fine, but not straight Vegemite.
And that's why I called you a coward.
Your bloodline ends with you.
It's too...
Toast profile on the channel. Go and give it a like. Tell me what you think.
I was like, we're doing another one?
Oh, God, no.
Do Marmite this time.
Never. Did you ever give me Marmite?
I don't think I did. I gave you Yorkshire pudding though, didn't I?
Good
Toad in the hole. With the sausage.
God, Toad in the Hole. I just grew up with Toad in the Hole as well.
Oh yeah.
What do you do with a smidge of egg from the leftovers of Toad in the Hole?
Oh, I'm talking English Toad in the hole, which is the sausages with the Yorkshire pudding.
What's the toad though?
Sausage. Because all
You looking toad?
Does egg look like a toad?
Little.
It's water-based.
Blobby. It's got yolk in it.
Just make the sausage out of frog.
Yeah, frog sausage.
Next question comes from Jesse. What soft cheat What soft cheats have been the most significant in your dueling history? For example, he has been Nibiruing people after Darkwalking himself with August.
Yeah, the duality one I just mentioned probably, I'm sure, has come up. I think there would have been, I'm sure, a dupe frog mistiming.
Oh, sorry, continue.
Yeah, I'm sure there was a dupe frog mistiming that I'm sure I've missed in the
Oh,
past.
100%, yeah. Just trying to think off the top of my head.
Like, dupe frog mistiming as if you resolved the timing?
Like,
both ways. I'm probably there's times where it probably is, and I'm just like, I don't care.
That's me 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
Unless I'm
Like-
getting run over by battle, I ain't searching.
But yeah,
Yeah.
early on where it's been like, you know, Toad, send, dupe, surge, it's like, nah, that doesn't work.
Not it, chief.
Yeah,
Nah, that
I'm not
works.
that crazy. I'm crazy, but I'm not that crazy.
Imagine if that's how it worked. If that card didn't miss timing, it would be insane. Would they ban Dupe Frog? No, but still. Soft cheat. I feel like I definitely have one of these. I just can't think of it.
Well, that's the problem. Is like where it's so innocuous that we don't remember it,
Yeah.
right? So
It's one that I've regularly done though. That's my thought. I wonder if that light's catching my face. Oh well.
draw. What's the extra drawback?
No drawing.
Start of main phase 1.
Yes, that as well.
Yeah, no, extra. I've definitely I've almost always been pulled up on it, where it's just like I'll just rush something and go, oh, then extra, and it's like, oh shit, actually no,
I cut that card just for that sake.
yeah.
I was like, I don't want to then play around something, but I had to activate the extra first. No, not doing it.
Also, just random banishes.
Yeah.
Can't risk it.
I think that there have been times I've always caught myself, but it's resolving Gigantic Sprite and then going for Mannequin Cat on an Ash Blossom, which is level 3.
Yes. No work like that.
Yeah, nah.
No work.
But then you also catch people that forget the Sprite block affects both people and then try to Nibiru you.
Yes. No work like that. Does not. You have Nib in your hand and they go into the Gigantic? Too bad.
That's actually kind of screwed. That
Yeah.
people look at that card and go, no, it's a restriction that's for you that
Yeah.
then spills over the opponent. It's not meant to be a lock card.
Yeah, it's like, I remember playing against Chad once, and because my hand was suboptimal, I had to go straight for the Gigantic Sprite. And he's just sat there like, you must have the sickest read to know I've got Nibiru in hand. I'm like, dude, my hand is dog shit.
But I'm sure there's one. If you go back and watch matches on the channel, you're probably going to find me doing something at some point.
Just check the comments, they come up once every couple of
Read
weeks.
the comment section of every video I've ever posted. You'll find stuff.
Drive up engagement.
Playing 4 Trading. Yeah. Next question from Rye Guy. Somewhat the opposite of Jesse's question. What is the most often commonly need to affirm others when you're playing your deck? Recently he's had to tell people that Nibiru does not tribute his face down ninjas, and that his trap can indeed tribute their face down cards. I guess coming back to what we spoke about earlier, Diablo Star being able to send from field.
Yep.
So you can have your face up continuouses and just go send, done, let's go, I'm off to the races. That's probably been my most recent one that I've had to reaffirm my opponents of a lot. Weirdly, lately I've been making the issue of like Viking cards and stuff that don't target.
Yeah.
Like reaffirming a target to my opponent, even though I don't have to.
Yeah, I think I've done that before where it's like, I've also playing Viking, I think we've played against each other, and you've gone to do the Kieran Reborn,
Yep.
which isn't just a Reborn, because I can do it from hand as well, and I've
Yep.
asked you for a target,
Yeah.
and it doesn't declare a target.
Yeah. Yeah, like it came up against Jake on Tuesday when I lost, where
Yeah.
I've gone like, Kieran, target. Don't need to say a target, and then he can just fuse away my target.
Yeah,
I'm like, I didn't need to say the target here.
yeah.
But then he very explicitly said, okay, so that targets, and I went, yes. And then read it and was like, it doesn't, but I've told him it targets, and he's made a decision based on that.
Yeah,
So we will continue.
The other thing for me today was just like explaining how branded Lost works with branded Fusion. It's like, you can Ash it because you're not negating the activation of the effect, you're
Yes.
just negating the effect.
Certainly. You can do the old dodgy.
Yeah,
As they say in France, you do the dodgy.
yeah.
Now to check Discord for the rest of the questions that Jake will not get a chance to read.
Which you can find in the description below.
Still in the description down below. So we go to the podcast questions. Scroll. Okay, here we go. Question again from Jesse. How is Rush Duels doing, and can you bring some decks for the jam in Sydney? I already responded to this, saying only real duelists Rush Duel. So yes.
Yeah, I'll bring my one. I'll bring the proper translations. I promise.
I won't bring the dual disc and duel in public. I'm not doing that. Sorry. I'll bring the decks, no problem at all. I'm not bringing the dual disc. I need to change my deck because it got hit on the ban list. God damn it.
I'm not a Rush duelist, so I'm being evicted from the podcast because I'm not a real duelist.
No, there needs to be one of us. That doesn't play.
You've taken over the Jake.
As long as
You're
you're
playing
not...
purple cards, you don't like Rush Duel. Same
no.
thing. Same. Soon he'll yell a slur and get us demonetized again.
How old are you?
I'm 26 in June.
You can't be Jake.
He's younger than Soldier Boy.
By a lot.
By a margin, yes.
Also taller.
Next question coming from Jesse. Of the C4G boys, casting your minds back to 2018 Yu-Gi-Oh! Who's spending $200 on Ash Blossoms and who's getting Gumblar loot? I am the one doing the Gumblar loop, and I have not spent 200 on Ash Blossom because I'm an idiot. I remember walling into the YCS where I needed Ash Blossoms and being like, I was by sealed product. So I bought like booster boxes from Cherry.
Yeah.
The first time Cherry Collectibles ever fucked me, I then got there and they're like, oh, sorry, we forgot. We're just going to open some special editions and give you the loose packs. And I was like, bruh, what is this?
Not how that works.
What is this? I proceeded to pull no secret rares and was like,
So I was doing both. I bought 2 secret Ash Blossoms from Game Cave.
yep.
And then when Blake went to... Well, when the guys went to YCS, and Blake was with Floss at the time, she had an Ash, and I lent her 2, and as courtesy, she gave me the third one.
Oh, nice.
Just for that, so I'm like... I think I might have bought it and just like got it for like $50, so all up I would have spent like 230.
That's pretty good.
And then at one point I was playing Gunblade Hero, and do the combo, and then in your opponent's turn, you rip 2 in your turn, and your opponent's turn you summon Dark Lord to the zone, and then they're ostensibly just banishing 2 from hand.
Okay. Like, I went hard into U-Link, Gumblar Link, do whatever the fuck. I really enjoyed that. And then there was like the event before it all got banned.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to play this for one last time because the ban list had been announced, and I proceeded to not put half the cards I needed into my deck. Sat down, it was at like a LLDS, I think.
Yeah.
Like it was like state champs. And I sat down and was like, I don't have any cards in my main deck to actually resolve this combo. I've just put a bunch of cards together to be like, haha, let's go. Nope. Doesn't work like that. I was, yeah.
And then I
Worked very well.
Then I took one of my many hiatuses from the game and came back with the release of Dark Neostorm to play Mystic Mind Burn. I bought CP Super Wave Motion Cannons for that deck because they're the only ones I could find.
Fun story. From that hiatus, I still use the Sayuja that I bought off you.
I forgot.
I very specifically, if I'm playing one Sayuja, I use the one that I got off you.
Bless.
I'm like, the other 2, they sit in the binder. If I'm playing one Sayuja, I use the Harry Sayuja.
I remember I played 2 tournaments with Zoo. Because that's when Ash came out, yeah. And so
next year.
That was
The
2017.
next year.
the next year.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's the YCS year. I'm playing Pend.
2018, like March.
Because that was Melbourne.
Yeah.
Yeah, early 2018 was also Sky Striker.
Mid 2018 was Crash.
Yeah, it was mid to early to mid.
Yeah. 'Cause early was still the leftover from. So we went. What's the deck? Spiral. So we went Spiral into FTK format.
Yep.
Into Striker. Into Link's Go Bro.
Oh, so Ash just hadn't been reprinted up until that point.
It got reprinted in
the salad?
Legendary Collection Kyber set.
Yes.
With as Ultra.
Because I never had. I had one of the original.
It was
Ghost Ogre.
short printed in that set.
Yeah.
Like dramatically, and then they printed it again later that year as a super in Battles of Legend.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Heroes
that's
Revenge,
right. Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, whatever.
It was Shadows and Valhalla.
Ah, yes, that's
yeah.
it. Yes,
But
yes.
still.
SHVA, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the Salamangreat structure deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the Ash Blossom that I used.
Yeah.
I finally got the super when I was like, finally. I was like, I'll buy a box. It's a super. I'll get heaps. I pulled one, and then they were like, oh yeah, it's short printed as a super as well. I was like, sick.
Yeah, so I so much didn't want to spend money on, and also that FTK combo I didn't like it. It just wasn't the game for me.
Yeah.
And I went and played Pokemon Go for.
I think for a brief
years.
period as well, I don't think it was that far, but while Firewall wasn't limited, just doing Infernity FTK because I'm like, I just want to play Infernity, and Amazoness Archer just does damage, so we'll do that.
There's a little bit of burn. We had Firewall was running around.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah.
Good times. Bad times.
Tom probably would have bought it on release though. Wouldn't have played them. Would have bought them. And I respect that. I wonder where those ashes went.
I should have bought Ashes at launch. Don't know why I didn't.
Yeah, it
Well, I know why. I was poor back then, but hey, here we are.
like, yeah. Also, not poor. I mean, obviously, I can sell my television if I really wanted to play it.
That's like when I just had my knee done, so I'd like just spent $5,000 on a new leg.
Yeah,
Christ.
no.
Yeah.
Actually, I had like a teeth, around a teeth shit a few years ago where I'm like, oh great, I can't do anything.
Yeah.
How good's healthcare? It's not all roses over here, but
Yeah, sometimes insurance covers $100 of your very critical surgery so you can walk.
at least it's not as expensive as it could be. It's expensive.
Side rant. So, at basketball, the insurance is literally written on toilet paper. This is relevant because Bragg's on this insurance at the moment. Bragg's playing basketball.
And I'm the one who's gonna fucking need it.
Yeah. If Medicare covers $1, they cover $0.
Well, lucky. I mean, I'm set then.
Yeah.
I don't know where my Medicare card is. As soon as they stop co-pays, I'm like, well, if I'm going, if you're gonna make me pay half of it, I'll just pay all of it. Fuck you.
I had to fuck around when my Medicare expired because me and my dad have the same name.
Yeah. Oh no. It's like no,
It's
the one and the twos.
Yeah, well, that's it. It's always been a nightmare because, like, anytime I order Yu-Gi-Oh cards as well, it's just like they come in the mail and it's got my name, which is his name, and because I changed, a couple months ago, I changed my Facebook name to Drop the Junior.
Yeah.
Yep.
So when they address it to me,
They don't put the
Yeah,
junior. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
like my dad knows it's all my stuff anyway, but a little bit
Gives it a bend. He's like, cardboard in here. I'll leave it.
little bit of Harry history. When Yu-Gi-Oh sales was a thing, I bought a playset of Firewall on release for $150, and they sent it with an invoice, and my dad opened the letter, and he was ready to crucify me for spending my own money that I had earned on
And
cardboard.
that's where you turn around and go, no, but seriously, these are going to go up.
Over the years, the amount of cards I told my parents I had won.
Oh, I just
Like,
thought
you never
I
get
want it.
another
Oh,
one.
you know,
It's expensive. I want it.
it's all $20. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I have the opposite problem. So, like, they'll use my Facebook, like, even though I'll put my real name in the address. So
Yeah.
when they have read my address, which is my work, they should use my name.
Delivery
No,
for Bragg
no.
Zuckerberg.
Yep. Going, why Zuckerberg? I'm like, 'cause I hate him. He ruined Volkanovski. I hate him. Next question.
Next question comes from Smithy46. Hypothetical. You get to create one card that is absolutely breaks an archetype, but as a result, the deck gets banned and into unplayability. Are you picking a deck that you love so that you can enjoy some time at the top? Or are you picking a deck that you hate so you never have to see it again? I'd pick a deck that I'd love.
Yeah.
I'd pick Frogs because they already hit it and I want to play it again.
It's better to have loved and lost
Yeah.
than to have your deck ruined by a ban list.
Infinity's been unplayable for a decade. I don't mind if it gets banned again.
What do you mean, Harry? It's all at 3. It's right there.
Launches at 3.
It's right there.
How do you break it? Just goes,
Just
activate 2 launches from the
Just
deck.
Infernity Lavarval Chain. Just give them Lavarval Chain at 2 or 3.
Give them a link to that lets you banish your hand, set 4 spells and traps from deck, and then when you resolve a spell card, add back all banished cards to your hand.
You give them a link 1 that on summon puts a continuous spell into play, Infernity continuous spell, and then also give them a continuous spell that says you can activate the effect of Infernity cards while you have cards in hand.
Yep.
That's the only way to make them playable, because they can't play hand traps, you need to dump the hand. But I don't know how you would problem-solving card text that into existence.
You give them Infernity Launcher 2.
You can
It's
add
literally
Infernity
just-
Duo Launcher.
It's just literally Infernity Launcher verbatim, but with a 2 at the end of the name.
Could you
Like functional MTG reprints.
Could you, like, I was about to say exile. Could you have a thing where you banish it, like, so you can just stash them for later, sort of?
Yeah. The only problem is, like, you'd ideally want to, like, banish them until the end phase to get them back in hand, but then as soon as they're in hand, your break and your barriers are...
No, I say, no, West, leave it in banish.
Yeah,
You can activate from banish.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That'd be...
Yeah, you can banish your card, and then,
Yeah.
because that's literally a magic card, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, like scroll rack or something, yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
But, give us that. And
Right.
let us banish from deck.
Your deck, bro?
Oh, 1,000 Eyes. Just give me something.
Give them something that plays
Yeah.
Thousand Eyes Idol from deck. That's not unexpected die.
Well, it needs a whole bunch. I just want a monster that... Millennium Eyes is strict, but it's actually it's not an activated effect, it's just a continuous effect. And just takes.
Whatever.
Oh, you activate? Take.
Mine.
Oh, it's negated.
Mine. I was going to say is Anima the most played relinquished card ever, but no, it's definitely just Thousand Eyes.
Any card sent to your opponent's grave is placed in your spell and trap instead.
Yeah.
Even at points where Anima's good at the moment, people still go into Link Reaver. And it's like...
The amount of people that I punish with Anima is like...
Like,
People just play into it. I don't know why.
I punished Jesse today with it. Like, he just ended on a Quirtus after I hand trapped him. I was like, take.
Like, I will deliberately put Albion into the EMZ, the new one,
Yeah.
because it can't be targeted by opponent's card effects.
Yeah.
So, like, I will deliberately put it there to watch someone Anima and be like, can't target it.
You wasted your Anima now. It's gone. Next question comes from Ryguy. Do you consider Yu-Gi-Oh! A good game for meeting people?
yeah.
In our community, yes. If I
Yeah.
travel, no.
I'm...
There's a lot of people that I see that I'm...
I'm very fortunate in that all of my closest friends I've met through our locals specifically.
That's why he keeps coming back.
Honestly, because like if I didn't play the game, I would go to work and then I would go home and play League of Legends and be on Suicide Watch. Like, I half the reason I play Yu-Gi-Oh is just to see friends.
Like, there's other hobbies you can do, but you got to get into them, and that's a
Yeah.
whole bunch of money, and I've already spent all the money on this.
Because like I was playing Commander at locals as well, and they are just not comfortable with people playing decently powered decks, let alone high powered. Because there's that whole talk about, you know, power level and how it's subjective and shit like that. And it's like, yes, so none of us can come to an agreement on what's a 7.
Oh, it's like
I,
one meta ban list never worked.
Yeah, well, that's it.
I went to a Magic tournament for Commander once and sat down with a... Like, I have a fairly good Commander deck. I sat down and my opponent was like, oh, I'm going to take out my good stuff then. And I'm like, I've played Magic the Gathering once before today. Here we go.
I got cool dragons. Your deck, like, it's powerful, but it's not oppressive in the way
It
of...
takes 8 turns.
It's not
to do
doing,
anything.
I have 20 tutors for the card that destroys land. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
where it's not the toxic way. It's
Yeah.
which you can kind of get that in Yu-Gi-Oh as well. It's like, well, no, the deck's doing what it's meant to do. It's not doing, an FTK. But then
Yeah.
again,
But yeah,
I
back,
can play an
FTKs.
back to the subject of meeting people. If the already established community that you're meeting is good, then obviously it's great, but you won't know until you try.
Yeah. Like, every locals, I imagine, has a clicky sort of thing, and you just got to work around that. But for the most part, it is a good game. There's enough socialization, but there's so many shit people out there in the world. Not just in Yu-Gi-Oh! Everywhere. They're everywhere.
Particularly
I'm
in
glad I got them.
But yeah, like, there's good people around. I would consider it a good game to meet people. But, who knows, maybe we're just the lucky ones.
Maybe.
Next question comes from Jesse. Considering the approaching Australian YCS, how would you approach regular Yu-Gi-Oh! Celebrities and pro players? How would you famous individuals like to be approached? Given that Harry's become a regular feature here in the past couple of weeks, Harry prefers a crisp high five in the morning the moment he wakes up.
So if you want to approach me, give me cards that you want banned, because it'll just happen. And if it doesn't, I'm happy.
Someone's gonna make a fucking shrine at YCS. They're gonna tell me like, "Sir, take this.
I mean, we're going to think
Take
about how we're
this,
doing
Mr. Ryan."
it. We'll talk about how we're going to do the podcast and announce what we're going to do.
Yeah.
We've got to come up
Well,
with a poll as well.
there's only like one
More.
week.
So
before
one more.
this.
Next week we'll announce what we're doing.
We're gonna do it live in the venue. We've got the fucking mics. We'll figure it out. Like same thing we did for.
But more of
thing.
us saying that we let a couple people, we let the people know. as
Oh
we
yeah,
sit.
of course.
They
Yeah.
can watch us like the. Because I really like that.
You ask your questions in person. You don't get to ask it on Discord that week. You ask your questions in person.
The Oceanic one was really good, so I kind of want to get that energy back. How to approach me? It all depends. Like, some points I'm like mentally exhausted and can't really talk to anyone, so like I'll play that, but I don't know, just talk to me. I don't care.
Be normal. Be
Yeah.
people. Say hello. Introduce yourself.
Yeah.
If you're a female, give Jesse Cotton a hug.
Hug.
I'm sure over
First and
time.
last time.
I'm sure over time he's chill with that now. But it was very funny to watch the first time. Very funny. Yeah, just be nice people. Anyway, last question. Coming from Frozen Acetylene. I don't know if you're a new question asker, but hello.
Yeah, it's not
How's
a
it going?
familiar name. Welcome.
Out of the 4 archetypes that received support in Terminal Revenge, which one do you think? Which one do you like the most or the least? It's Inferno. I like it the most. I'm very excited for when that deck comes.
Inferno as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just kind of don't like.
What else is getting in the support?
Ice Barrier. Is it? No, it's. The wind gets banned. You know, people complain. My deck's expensive. It got banned. That cost you $5. People gave it to your locals. That one. Ritual Beast? Is Ritual Beast on it? Yeah. How did we get there? I was giving myself the story of how Ritual Beast works. That's a great video.
Yeah, I picked up on that now.
Moments
yeah.
in Yu-Gi-Oh history. Right there.
Yeah.
I've always kind of liked Gen X, so maybe I'll just force myself to do Gen X stuff.
Gen X Link is good.
The link's the additional normal summon, isn't it? Is that the one?
No, I don't think it's an additional normal summon. I think it just props again. And like you just keep triggering. It's not once per turn. So
It's just if a Gen X monster is added to your hand, you can normal summon, I think, or am I getting it mixed up with something else?
maybe it's special summon, not normal summon.
Okay.
Maybe so it's, yeah, you add special, add special, add special.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was probably doing Gen X because I hate the other 3. I've got, like, I tried to give Inferno a go, and there was just something. This is something that makes me angry about it. I don't know what, because I like decks that summon from the grave as well.
I just always like the interaction that Infernoid had with Crusadia Equimax. You summon it to the zones, it gets really big, you can only attack with Equimax. Now after it's attacked, you just tribute it to banish something from the bin.
And then you keep going. Yeah, that will bring us to the end of the podcast for this week. I hope it hasn't been too long for you because I didn't check the timer after a while.
Yeah, I think we're around.
Also haven't checked the camera, so there is a 50-50 chance that we are paper sketches that have been floating on the screen this entire time.
I could just be out of frame.
No, you're definitely in frame. I know you're in frame. It's that I hit record, but then I didn't check how much storage was on the camera. So here we are. Again, if you have any questions, leave them down in the description below for the Discord. Leave a comment. Bragg has a poll for you that's going to be asked on the beautiful audio channel. And that poll is...
I mean, well, which of the revenge decks do you want?
Yes, that question will be in the poll. Down below. The answer is going to be inferred, isn't it? Wink. And yeah, we will see you at YCS. Make sure you have your band cards for Harry.
No, see, like, next week.
See you next week. Then we'll see you at YCS.
Yeah.
We're getting pretty close.
Next week, we'll have the coverage of the OTS Championships at our local.
Yes, we'll be coming off the back of OTS champs. I'm assuming you guys all have OTS champs in the same day. So,
Good luck.
yeah, good luck with your OTS champs, and we'll see you after. If you're sad when it's there, we'll be here.
No matter